G'day, this is Scotty Tucker from Clearwater Lakes and Ponds here today to talk to you about the Matala filtration media. We love this stuff. It's a really good biological mechanical filter for quite a variety of different applications. You can use it in koi ponds, in fish ponds, just domestic garden ponds. It's used in aquaculture. We get people it's used in wastewater, it's used in grey water diverter devices. We've even got a zoo using it for penguin enclosures so the little penguin's feet don't get too upset walking around on hard concrete. So it's quite a unique filtration media. Now, with the reason why it's so good is that it has a very unique combination of high surface area as well as good flow-through structure, meaning that unlike foam, it doesn't clog up with small fine particles. It will allow the fine stuff to pass through that otherwise would clog foam up and just keep the water flowing. So you can see here one of the other key differences. So this, for example, is a sheet of foam that's commonly used in pond and aquaculture situations, and that clogs up very, very quickly. One of the other key benefits is that when you're using this sort of system in a trickle down or a flow down type of situation and you've got to clean your material and you really need to lift this up, and it's quite difficult to do that. It's very wet, it's messy, it's heavy, and it's difficult to achieve. And the other thing with the foam is that you can't really use it in a vertical sort of situation. So the Matala, being a bit more rigid, means that you can have it either in a flow-through system with water flowing through, or you can have a trickle down. You can very easily take it off, shake it off, clean it out, and it's just a hell of a lot easier to work with. The other key advantage with the Matala is that you can see this noodle-like structure, if you like, and from a microscopic point of view, this is manufactured with a very high surface area. So you can't see it here, but there is just so much surface area for the good bacteria that ultimately you want doing the filtration process. There's loads and loads of areas for this to stick to and colonise. And that ultimately in a biological filter is what it's all about. This material is simply somewhere to give bacteria a place to live. The higher the surface area, the better the result you're going to get, because of the more bacteria. But it's also where that flow through is very important. You still need, for one, a degree of water flowing through so you're not having to clean it out all the time. But two, you need to make sure that you don't get channeling and making sure that the bacteria that's living on this filter media is able to be fed by the nutrients that are on the water flowing through. So what I mean by channeling is, again, if you take the example of the foam, when that clogs up, it means that all the water tries to pass through the easiest point, which means that you'll have lots and lots of surface area that's clogged and in effect is just not effective at all. So what starts off as a very high surface area material, once the clogging and the channeling takes effect, it loses all of its effectiveness. Matala doesn't do that. Matala also is graded in different coarseness levels. So the black is the most coarse, and what that means, the advantage with that is that you start off progressively get finer and finer, so that you would start off with the black, and you can see, I'll see if this works on the video, but you can see it's quite an open celled type of material. And so the idea is that that's going to take the most of the brunt, so all the big heavy waste that's otherwise clog up other finer material gets stuck on here, but the water passes through. Then you go to the next layer, which is the green, which is not so coarse, and you start getting into a higher biological surface area there. Then we go down to the blue. This is where you start getting right into the biological aspect, so you can see it's much more tightly woven than the other two. And then the final stage is the very high density Matala, which is the grey, and you can see there that's got an enormous surface area, while still not allowing the clog like foam will. So the Matala sheets also, they come in two different sizes. These ones are 600 by 100, 600 mil by 1 metre, 600 by 1000. And then you have the larger sheet, which is 1.2 metres by 1 metre. They're quite versatile. You can cut them up, you drill them with a hole saw, you can cut them with a hacksaw, you can cut them with a grinder. Very, very good quality media, very easy to use, most importantly very easy to maintain. incredible filtration media for biological filtration and mechanical filtration.